Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, or welcome if this is your first video today. We have an eventful one, so definitely stay tuned for that. Today we will be completely transforming this land right here. So all of this land in this corner into a great sort of restaurant barbecue pit to enjoy in the world and for the city to enjoy. Right here, this corner is going to be completely transformed. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a walk right over here through our monument, which we built last episode. Now, we have to add a name onto the monument. Every single episode, a name gets added from a comment. And today's name will be, it is from Pochosado 2150. So let's go ahead, throw your name on there. This is for your comment from last video that said, found out your channel, it's amazing, congrats for your world, I think it's incredible, greetings from Mexico. Thank you for all the nice words, all the nice comments, and the continued support. Your name will forever be in the memorial. So welcome to the memorial. But now let us get back to what's at hand today. So today is a complete renovation of this. So to start, let us remove all of the trees. The tree successfully removed. This really has opened up the space, and we can now see that this is a lot more land than expected, although it definitely needs some terraforming done. This pathway is nowhere near flush, and so we're gonna have to knock this down quite a few levels to build room for that restaurant and bar. So let us get started. With this cleared out, we can now see a grand vision plan. So, what the plan is to have sort of like a barbecue pit, sort of relaxing area down here by the water, and then up here on this little plateau, we have a still somewhat small building with a restaurant on the bottom and then a rooftop bar up top. Now, I think I'm going to mostly be using wood for this one. Maybe some sandstone, although that aesthetic is over there. We'll do sort of a wood aesthetic over here. So to start, let's get a foundation down on the building after we sleep, of course, that way it's bright enough. Although we're going to start with a foundation, laying out some pathways of where everything's going to be, and then we'll morph everything around that. So the pathway, for the water pathway, we're going to want that to be wooden here. So let us go ahead and do this. And here's what I'm thinking. So we have this pathway, although that's more like a city pathway. So we want to really cut through here. And we'll have it kind of right along this edge where we can cut through a little pathway down by the water. Just like this. And there we are. This is looking fine for right now. We'll just follow this natural curve along the edge all the way to our final destination right over here. Now let's widen this. The pathway completed, although, and as you can see, it is floating, although that is not a problem for now, okay? Because we are going to have a branch coming off this way, and then this is going to be the over-the-water fire pits. And this will look absolutely stunning right out here, middle of the river. And we're going to connect all of this up, and then our restaurant and bar will be up here. It's not as much room as I expected, although that's really not a problem so far. Everything will come together quite nicely in the end, I do believe. Okay, now let's get this built. It's just going to be a circular path, and that is how it's going to be done. That's providing a definitely good outline. We will widen this just a little bit, and then we will have a sunken-in fireplace. You might be wondering why I did this kind of too wide, and that's because I'm going to have a 2x2 fireplace right in the middle. And, oh, also, of course, this is all going to be covered, all going to look very, very nice when I finish it. And I had to pull it back a little bit because I didn't want it extending out into the water too far. I only wanted it to extend out just a little bit. And I might still make it smaller. I'm not entirely certain. We will see once I put in these floorboards. And as I'm doing this, I guess I would kind of like to talk about some other things. I don't know if anyone's heard, but there's been the huge Helldivers controversy that's been going on. Sony finally just backed down, but it really kind of reminds me of what happened with Minecraft a few years ago and ongoing with the Microsoft situation where Mojang accounts are being shifted into Microsoft accounts. It really feels like Sony's trying to do that same exact thing, and well, it didn't end well for Microsoft. There's continued bad backlash, and I don't know how it's going to end for Mojang. And so that's why I am curious to see what is going to happen. And you know what we're going to do is we are going to sink in this middle part. We're going to build this a layer down so that way it gets more depth to the fire pits. But when I'm not playing Minecraft, I do play other games, mostly Destiny, Helldivers, Outer Worlds, lots of different single-player games, and some multiplayer. And, you know, Helldivers was a fun game. I'm not a big fan of the bugs, but this kind of really showed them that, hey, even though they have all this good garnered community support, they aren't immune from making bad decisions. That's for sure. Really just almost a definite repeat of the Microsoft situation with Minecraft. So, you know, we'll continue to see back and forth talks. I put in my negative review and a refund request, like many people, for Helldivers, of course. And I wonder if they're gonna be able to scratch back the community support that they lost. So, but for now, let's just keep building away at this, and onward we go. And with that, the pathway along with the outside little campfire area is done, and I'm really liking the look of it. at night, so the lanterns will light everything up, and that looks like a pretty finalized pathway to me. Although now we need to actually work on the restaurant and bar area. So the restaurant will be on the bottom floor, and then the bar will be up top. And I'm thinking kind of like a really woodsy theme for this. So to start, let us mark where one of the entrances is going to be. I believe right here would be a good entrance. And then this corner maybe? So I believe like a corner entrance here would be good. And that's 2 back on both sides. Perfect. So we'll have a back entrance here, and then an entrance over there. And we don't want to make it like a perfect square. And then this side will be more rounded off. So we'll have kind of like a taper going all the way. Let's see how I can do this. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. And we'll just push this out. One right here. Right up to the edge of the pathway, actually. Of course, yes. Yeah, we'll do that right up to the edge of the pathway. So that means we are going to clear this out. So that way the foundation, we will keep the windows above though. Yeah, just like that. So even though this pathway is below, it won't look as strange. Now, and as I'm doing this, I kind of am realizing the restaurant is not nearly big enough. We need to do this. Extend it. I would say just kind of diagonal this. Well, that still is not giving as much room as I would hope. Although it's going to have to do. And the foundation here, we extend this out, and this is mostly just for appearances. We aren't going to be using the bricks that much in this build, just because, once again, this is the more woodsy part of it all. And we can also use floor-to-ceiling windows on this side, and then we'll use more traditional windows on this side. Let's see, so we will make this 3 high, and then just over like this. I haven't really built in this confined of a space in a while, so it is a bit new experience for me, although I do like the little challenge of it all. And then, you know, this is the entrance, so we will do this. Yeah, that's looking all right. Okay, I made a little mistake. So, when recording the first half of this video, I came to the realization that there was no game audio that was coming up. So, it's still probably a little bit messed up right now. So, the game might be a little bit quiet, or it might be a little bit too loud. Although, it's just going to have to be lived with. I do apologize. And I'm not exactly sure where we left off, but we have the base structure here. It's looking good. We have to do the interior, the upper part, and then also terraform this outside area just to make it a little bit better, make it more solid. I want to get rid of this. And of course this sand over here. And all this over here does not need to be terraformed just yet, as this will be a future episode that is coming up. So for now, let us go ahead and begin on this. And while I'm building this, I just kind of want to talk and, hang out. And, I'm really excited to finally be done with this school year, actually. It is going into summer, so I've been looking at different hobbies, things to do, and I have been having a lot of fun producing and making this series, so I do plan on continuing. So, I will do my best to respond to comments, although I don't always make it to all of them. I do apologize. I can only imagine how big YouTubers deal with it, but personally, when there's a lot of comments, it does kind of get overwhelming. And that's fine for me, but it is hard to keep up, especially when they were coming in a little bit fast, and it's just not something I'm used to. I don't use social media really. I don't use Instagram and those where people comment a lot. So having comments and responding to them is something very new to me. It's a new experience, and I'm all here for it. And while we're at that, I think we definitely have to do a floor. And the floor that I want to do, I think kind of like a hex pattern would look good. So combining this along with some stone. Oh, I don't have any stone right now. Let's fly back. And, oh, you might be wondering what this is. This will be talked about in the next episode. That is something that I was working on while I was fixing my audio issues. And that's actually how I discovered the audio issues. Because I recorded this almost full episode, and it didn't end up working out. So you can also probably tell that, yes, these episodes are not always going to be recorded in order, especially right now, until the first week of June. But until that time, we are going to be kind of mixed up with all the episodes. But for now, let's finally replace this floor. And with that, the floor is done. It's looking up pretty good, I think. I do like how it is turning out. And it would be nice. Let's just put this here. That way I get at least a little bit of light in here. But let us... I actually don't remember what goes into a lectern. Bookshelf and... okay. But so I'll have the lectern here, and then this will be like the hostess desk. And then tables throughout the restaurant here. And the tables will be made of fence posts, pressure plates, and seating, of course. So let's do this. So these will be our seats. And then that is expensive, although it needs to be done. And there we have all of the tables and chairs in place, pretty basic. And, I'm not too concerned with interiors just because, well, I'm not going to be coming in here much. Not much is going to be going on. In fact, I'm not even sure if I will end up decorating this room, just because it's not, this is more of almost like a background building. So, not going to be used a whole lot. Like, I think I'd rather almost be over here, you know, hanging out here, doing things, versus in the building here. This is more of a background building to have something to overlook from the city. The main dining room is now complete, other than the lectern. That will be added later. And then this little pathway out here is done. The grounds still need to be done. And then just need to do the rooftop with a rooftop bar. And this will be the kitchen area, so we're just going to leave that blank in here for now. Let's go ahead and slap a roof on it. Something funny that I've noticed where when I edit is, you know, I probably shouldn't be calling attention to this, but it's funny. So whenever I finish a part of a build, I tend to always go, there we go. And you know, I've just found that kind of funny, where it's like, wow, I have that habit, and I've never even recognized that I have it. But I believe we are going to really finish up this build. And, you know, I think I will talk to you guys next when we have this completed. You know how the building's gonna go. So, and I will surprise y'all when it's done. Shaders really are what brings everything together. We have completed the restaurant with the rooftop bar, and it is looking so nice. Here, let me do that. Oh, absolutely great. This project took longer than I expected, although I will say that it was fun, and you know, I'm really happy with how it all turned out, how it all looks, and just everything going so well. And you know, I always like to look at it with shaders just because vanilla Minecraft is not pretty. It's really hard to make things look good. And I ended up going with a birch forest theme here, just because, you know, there's not enough love for the birch trees, and they look nice, especially because this is all oak, so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't make as much sense. And, you know, of course, I'll move these when I go on to my next project. When you come in here, it's a little bit dark, but still nice, just a nice little hidden away. I ended up not actually doing a lectern, just because there wasn't enough room here for it to make sense. Now, as we come up here, we have the bar with our little bar tables, along with our bar with all of the barrels up there. And over here, it's always good because I wanted to make sure, okay, this kind of lines up here with those trees up there, but I wanted to make sure these trees are nice and short to give us a great view of the city along with the memorial. So that's how it is all looking. It turned out great. Everything is super nice. And I can't thank you all enough for watching the video. Oh, and if you made it this far, I will be pre-recording the next 3 videos. So currently it is May 10th. This video is coming out on May 11th. Although I will be pre-recording the next 3 videos coming out every Saturday. I will be looking at your guys' comments. I will respond to anything like that. Although they will be pre-recorded, pre-posted, all filmed in the next week or so. So just a heads up, if I'm a little bit behind on news or updates or things like that, apologies. But I do hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks for staying all the way to the end. And if you have made it all the way to the end, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a good one.